Sweet! It's been a fun ride as of late. I'm sitting on nearly $3,000 worth of profit in just a couple of weeks. And after yesterday's video, a couple of you have been asking me in the comments section to make a video detailing my strategy for swing trading, SUI, or at what price point I'm actually looking to start locking in profits. So I'll give you a detailed analysis of that coming up in the video. But I also want to say it's exciting times with these Pokemon rumors swirling around. This can be a huge deal. And Sui and the team has been unleashing news left and right that's been quite bullish. It's been a really fun time to be an investor in Sui. Also, I would love to make videos about the tokenomics of Sui and jumping into the nitty and gritty of the actual crypto and explaining a lot of things on the technical side in an easy to understand manner. If you wish for me to do that, please motivate me in the comments section. And without further ado, let's dive into the meat and potatoes of this video. Let's go. Something I highly recommend when you're studying these layer 1 blockchains like Sui is to take a look at the projects that are utilizing the blockchain or the projects that were built on it. So one of those is Deepbook Protocol, and this is a decentralized central limit order book. You could see that it's nearly in the top 100 cryptos by market cap. It's currently ranked at 110, and you can also see that over the past week it has risen nearly 100%. Now, if we take a look at Cetus Protocol, you can also see that it's ranked number 285 by market cap. It is a decentralized exchange with liquidity pool capabilities, and you can also see here that it's quite impressive. Over the past week, it's up over 90%. You also have a couple of meme coins like Hippo. That is also up a nice chunk of change over the past week, but you could see that it's ranked 758. So it's not extremely popular as far as meme coin activity like Solana is at the moment. And then you have projects like Blub. This ranks like well over 3,300 top of market cap crypto, and that's nothing impressive to write home about. Same with FUD. So definitely research the different projects that are utilizing the Sui blockchain. What I want to discuss today is actually the chart of Sui. So what I did here is I set it to be a 1-day chart, and you could see here that Sui is still quite new. Now, since we blew past all of the support and resistance that occurred before the October-November rush, I'm going to omit drawing any type of resistance or support lines here, but this is going to be very helpful, I believe, for you to see. So the first thing I want to point out is I drew these downward trend lines, and you see that the price was bopping around in the middle of that, and then finally around the end of March we saw a breakout, and now maybe it will become a support line at some point, but it's basically broken out of there. What I want you to pay attention to is the horizontal support and resistance lines. So you see that this one is quite an important one because Sui's price action has touched it quite a few times, and currently it has acted as a support, and then you see Sui blast off thanks to the Pokemon rumors and a lot of news, actually bullish news that's actually realized and factual, that already came out, which is very exciting. Now you can see the other support and resistance line that I drew here because it also touches upon a couple of points, and we can see that it's actually a resistance line because you saw the price today of Sui hit that $3.80 mark and then start dropping a little bit. So it couldn't quite push through this resistance line, which I believe it will. What I'm looking at is this one right here. Now, this $4.80 mark, this is, I believe, the next really important resistance line. I mean, you can argue that there's a resistance line here at $4 because that's definitely going to be even a psychological breaking point. When you have whole numbers like that, that is a big deal. So I should probably go ahead and draw one here. So I'll do that for you right now so that we can actually see what we're looking at a little bit more accurately. So I'll go ahead and do that right now. I'm using the Coinbase platform. You could see right here that we have a little bit of a support and resistance line at $4. I believe we're going to blow past that. Where I think we're going to hit some serious resistances here at $4.80, but there's no way that I'm going to wait for that. What I am doing is I am waiting for around the $4.50, $4.60 mark, and that is where I'm going to lock in profits, but I'm not going to sell my entire position of 2,000 SUI. I will just do probably about 40% of that. Again, it depends on the news. Maybe the Pokemon collaboration actually goes through and is a real thing. In that case, I will probably hang around and see what happens with the price action. If that is the case, I mean, Pokemon's a huge deal. We can see a lot more adoption of the Sui blockchain, and you could see the price blow past like $7, $8 easily if that news comes out and they keep churning out this bullish news left and right as they're doing right now. Something else I want to point out here is look at these green candlesticks. Again, we are looking at this under the 1 day time frame, but take a look at this. It has risen. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green candlesticks, and the change in price has been from $2.10 at its high all the way to $3.80. That is a really big jump. As a matter of fact, as far as green candlesticks in a row and the amount it has risen, this is actually a record. It has never done this. Even here, if we take a look at what happened in November of 2024, it started rising, but it never had this many candlesticks in a row without having a red candlestick. And here, this is going up quite steep. Take a look at the volume. The volume actually beats out what was happening here in November of 2024. So this is extremely bullish. And by the way, look at all this massive volume on the green days, and afterwards it still kept rising. So this is why I'm quite bullish on SUI. I think it's going to do really, really well. I think this is going to be something where I'm going to be able to very quickly lock in like $6,000, $7,000 worth of profit, hopefully, and then still have some in there that I could just keep in there and not worry about because it's just profits riding there. So I'm very bullish on this. I'm curious on what you guys think. Is it a good idea for me to take profits at around $4.60? Again, you might be asking, why am I not waiting for it to reach $4.80? Why would I be pulling out at around $4.60? Well, because I don't want to deal with this war right here, and I don't want to miss an opportunity. And listen, it is crypto. Like, anything can freaking happen. It is a crazy wild ride when you're in the crypto space. That's why you have to be very, very diligent about doing your due diligence, and also you have to be super disciplined. You have to lock in profits when appropriate, and you can't shy away from sticking to your plan. It is so easy to just follow the news articles. Oh, they're saying something about Pokemon. I'm going to go invest everything. I'm going to go invest something more. No, my plan was no one was paying attention to SUI at all, and that is when I plowed in after locking in my 5-figure profits on XRP, and I do want to stick to my plan of just investing that amount because, again, SUI, it's still a risky play. It's a very, very new crypto. I mean, for now, it's been great. It doesn't have the same amount of outages as like Solana did, for instance. And so I'm pretty bullish on it. But at the same time, we have to be mindful of the fact that it is crypto. Anything can happen on the micro scale or the macro scale. So you have to do the research. You have to understand your own risk tolerance, and you have to really be honest with yourself. Are you okay investing in a project like this that could be quite turbulent, or is it going to wreak havoc on your nervous system and take away from your sleep cycle and your healthy relationships and stuff like that? Then it's not worth it. Me personally, I have an appetite for risk. I am bullish when it comes to SUI. I think it's a great project. I got in relatively at a good price. It wasn't one of these early adopters or anything, but I am happy with the price that I bought in at, and I certainly feel like this one, I am going to be able to sell and close out my position at a nice profit, or maybe it keeps rising and the bullish news keeps coming out and it turns into a long-term play for me. So with that being said, I appreciate all of you for watching this video in its entirety, and hopefully I'll see some of you in the next one.